My name is Cameron Fickard at Traders Network Club. Welcome back to another altcoin season show. So today we're going to go ahead and update on the market right now. It's in a very bearish movement right now, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at the market and get a good update on it and just some other news that came out this week. So let's get right to it, and I'll see you guys after this break. All right, everybody, welcome back to another altcoin season show. So today, let's go ahead and take a look at the market, guys, as I pull up my crypto bubbles. And you can see, yesterday it was all red, completely red. We were heading in a little bearish movement in the market, but you can see there's starting to be a little upside movement going on in some of the old coins. Bitcoin, obviously, still no green in Bitcoin. So let's just take a look at Bitcoin and see if Bitcoin is just making moves downwards. So you can see I got this trend line going on here, and let me pull up my thing here. So you can see this trend line. This is a very strong support right here where Bitcoin is tend to bounce. Okay, and you can see we're kind of moving an uptrend here with Bitcoin. Okay, all right. Seems like we're moving up now. Looks like if we get a good test off this, looks like we're going to get some movement going up with Bitcoin. You can see on the MACD, it's slowing down. The bearish movement slowing down on the MACD. So we might get a turnaround and get some upside going on Bitcoin. And that's obviously going to help with the other coins that we're dealing with right now, the old coins. And some of these other coins took a huge hit. So if we can go ahead and take let's go ahead and recap a lot of these coins that we like to recap. Okay. Now Gala, we got in Gala games here as it got to the support, and we're down right now with Gala. Gala's taking a nice little hit. So right now, what are we gonna do? Okay. Now the strategy is always we go ahead and we buy in and we cost average. Okay, that's the strategy we do here when things go south. Okay. Now if I zoom in just so you guys can see better, I'm trying to zoom in here for you guys. Right now, we're not going to do anything until we see Bitcoin start rallying. And right now, when we go and we look at Bitcoin on the daily chart, we expect it to start rallying. So if I go ahead and I look at the 1 hour on Bitcoin, okay, this is the 1 hour. I'd like to see momentum to get there. Looks like we're going to get a little more dip in the Bitcoin before we get a turnaround. So what the whole goal, the plan, the strategy here is to wait for Bitcoin, and Gala is very strong with Bitcoin. They like to do the same thing. So when Bitcoin has a turnaround, that's when we want to go back and take a look at Gala. Okay. And there I'm just looking at the 1 hour here in Gala now. So you can see it's starting to flatten out over here. So looks like we're gonna get some more movement coming back down here. And that's kind of what we're gonna do. Once we see this little movement coming back down here and price starts coming back to these previous floors right here, support here, we're gonna look at Bitcoin and see how Bitcoin's playing out. If we're starting to get a move upside on Bitcoin, that's when we're gonna cost average with Gala. We're gonna get in when it comes back down here and we see it turn around Bitcoin. So that's kind of the things we want to keep an eye on before we make any moves and go ahead and buy in again. Okay. So right now, obviously, we're gonna hold on that. Now, let's go ahead and look at the daily here with Mana. Okay. So we bought over here in Mana recently, and we got up here and we hit a target. So we waited for price to get back down, and we wanted to get back in Mana again. Okay, as it got back to that support, that previous support, which it broke through support. So you can see we got this is what I'm saying, we got a pretty good bearish movement going in the market right now. Everything's kind of breaking through these previous support and creating a new support here. So where is this new support going to be? Well, just like Mana, like I said with Bitcoin, once Bitcoin starts moving upside, that's when we kind of want to take a look at these coins and see where they're playing out. Okay, where are we playing out with Mana right now? And if I go ahead here, let's get rid of this trend line here. Let me go ahead and create a new trend line here. Okay. So right now we're gonna see how price does with Mana before we cost average. Okay. Maybe we're gonna see it come back down here and maybe test this trend line right here. Okay. So we're gonna wait. Right now it's kind of not there. Price is not there yet. So we're gonna wait on Mana and see how that plays out as we keep an eye on Bitcoin as well. Now, same thing, guys. Everything's breaking through support here. Okay, everything's breaking through support, and this is kind of like the previous floor I would be looking at right here. Okay, let's go ahead and change that blue, and let's go change this red now. So this is kind of resistance. So you can see sand definitely got there to the support right here. So sand is a good entry to go ahead and buy in again right now. As we know, we kind of sitting at a good support level. And if it breaks through that, then we're gonna have to wait and see how that plays out. But right now, it's sitting at a good price, and I'm looking at the daily. So before we do anything, let's take a look at the hour here, and you can see we got some momentum moving upwards. Okay, the MACD is showing green, slowing down a little bit. It's probably hard for you guys to see, but hopefully you guys can see there. And yeah, we're starting to get it now. As you can see, price this is kind of a previous right here where momentum likes to bounce. Okay, so and we got momentum to bounce twice here in the middle band here. Okay, see price momentum seems like it wanted to bounce off this middle band. So are we gonna head over to an overbought position? Not yet. Okay, not yet. So right now looks like we're moving upside. As you can see, price is moving up. Okay. So right now with sand, we could go ahead and cost average. Okay. Cost average with sand would be the strategy right now of taking a look at the daily here. So we're gonna go ahead and have another buy entry, another long entry at the 2.076. Okay. But price is just above that. Axie Infinity, same thing, guys. We bought in Axie Infinity. We got pretty good profits here in Axie Infinity as it kept testing this resistance and support. We kept buying and selling, and we're making some good profits of Axie Infinity until now, where we bought in. As it came back to the support, it didn't test that support and it broke through. Okay, so right now, where's our previous support? Okay, previous support's all the way down here. Okay. So we got still a long way for Axie Infinity before we want to go ahead and buy in again. Okay. So we're gonna wait for price to get back to like around $15 on Axie Infinity before we cost average. Okay. I got a lot of trend lines going here, and it even broke through this trend line too, as you can see. So we're gonna get a fallout here on Axie Infinity. But now, guys, I know a lot of you, they're not really used to this market. They're probably looking at this and getting freaked out, seeing these huge drop offs. Okay, I mean, seeing these big sell offs is intimidating, but you have to understand when we get these huge falling wedges, right? That's actually something to get excited about because now we're looking at good opportunities to get in the market and catch the wave on the upside, and that's where we make our big profits. So this is not anything to be intimidated, you know, nothing to be scared about. This is actually something to get excited about. This is where the big money is made. Okay, so Sheep, we got in over here. We hit our target, and we've been waiting for price to get back to this floor to get in. Okay, and as you can see, Sheep is back to that floor right here. So with Sheep, we're gonna get back in Sheep. Okay, this is where we're getting in. It's coming in and it hit our floor right here. So that's where we wanted to get in on Sheep. Okay, when it got to that support level. Now, CRO is just taking a little breakthrough, as you can tell. Now, I wonder if it's going to come back here and test this, which would be surprising. But, yeah, as you can see, another sell off on Cronos. Okay. And same thing, we were making some money off here. We bought your sell resistance. We had a little range bound going here, waited for it to get back to support, but it just completely broke through. So we didn't get back in. We didn't get back in Cronos. Now, the next price we're looking for is to get all the way back here at this bottom here. Okay, which is kind of crazy to know that if that actually for price to get all the way back there, um, that there's still going to be a lot of room for upside. And that's why it's something to get excited about. So we're going to wait for Cronos to get back to the around 20 cents mark before we can get it, before we want to get in Cronos. Okay. So as we're waiting for the sell off, like I said, guys, always keep an eye on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to show us what price is going to do in these altcoins. Okay. So Cronos, we're going to wait till it gets to 20 cents. And that's where we're going to look to get in. Okay. We'll look to get in right over here. Hbar, look at that. Hbar is taking another fall. Now we got in over here, and as we started seeing market dip, we took our profits on Hbar. So right now we got nothing going on Hbar. Let me delete all this last this recent data I put in here. And look at that. I mean, price is definitely broken through support. Okay. Price is definitely broken through support, which is sad because usually when price gets back to this previous fourth wave swing, that's usually when we start seeing a new five-way structure develop. But right now we're not seeing that because we're having a breakthrough support here. So, and I mean it's kind of really price is kind of at this wick, and I wouldn't want to jump in right away. I would like to see I like to see the price test. Now look, maybe tomorrow, the next couple of days. And if I go and look at the 1 hour, let's just see what the 1 hour. Let's see if we're starting to get momentum. Yeah, we are getting momentum going up. I wonder if it's going to test this middle band here momentum. If we get a test here in this middle band here on momentum, we start getting momentum moving upwards, then I'm maybe gonna look in and decide that we're gonna probably be testing the support here and starting to get a bounce off. Okay. But as of right now, we don't need to get in a perfect entry and try to get in early. So right now, I'm just gonna put this right here just to show we're definitely taking a look at this. Now we're gonna keep an eye on this tomorrow in the next couple of days and see how this pans out. Because I'm looking at the daily time frame and looking at the hour, it's showing that we're starting to get momentum moving up. So once we start seeing price start, testing this floor, the support right here, we're gonna go ahead and look in to get in this price right here. Okay. So I'm just gonna leave that on hold right now, and we'll be back on Thursday to take a look and recap everything. Okay. Uh, we got in Helium. Price came back, starting to test this right here. Okay, so look at this, guys. We got in Helium over here when price came back, just like we've been making profits in all these, right? It's hitting the floor, we get in, take our profits, sell, floor. So we've been taking profits, hitting these range bounds. So we got in when price came back to this floor, but obviously we've dipped down now, and we've come back over here to test this demand zone right here. Okay, so we got a nice little demand zone going on right here. So, and price is in that demand zone. Okay. So this is another good entry right here. Now, before anything, let me take a look at the 1 hour. And we are definitely getting some momentum going up. We're almost in an overbought right now. So the fact that we're in an overbought in the 1 hour is telling me that we might see another dip. Okay. We might see another little correction. So going back here, looks like we might get a little more dip going. So right now, I'm gonna leave this right here to keep an eye on, seeing tomorrow how this pans out. If we get another dip coming back down, and maybe we even get another breakthrough through this demand zone to come back all the way over here at $9. Okay, so we're gonna keep an eye on that. Coming on Thursday too. Let's take a look at Engine. Engine was another one that we got in. I believe it was last week we actually got in because it came back to the floor. We hit our target previously when we took our profits, and now we came back down and wanted to buy in back in. Now, this is the recent previous support right here, right below price. If I zoom in here for you guys, so we're gonna wait for price to get back down here to this entry right here at about 91 cents. Okay, so we're gonna wait and wait for price to get back here before we decide to cost an average. Okay. Doge, we got in here. Now most of us took our profits when it got up to 17 cents, which was around 50%. Anytime you're sitting around 50%, guys, there's no reason to not think about taking your profits, unless you really want to huddle and if you really have a lot of faith in the project for the long term. But I've learned my lesson to just take my profits when it's there, and obviously I look for 20 to 30% profits, and if it reaches 40 to 50, if there's that upside that we're looking for, then we wait. 50%, man, you take that, okay. So right now with Doge, we got in and we took our profits here at as it got to that kind of the trend line, because we knew we were going to get a bounce off, and that was about 50%. Okay, that was about 50%, even a little more than 50%. But I believe we didn't get out we didn't get out there perfectly at the top of the wick. So right now, what are we doing with Doge? You can see Doge, looking at the daily, price is starting to move down. Okay, momentum's starting to move down as well as price. So we're starting to get a little correction in Doge, and you know, maybe Doge might come back here and test this floor again. We might start getting a little use start forming here at this at the floor. So Doge might come back to 11 cents, and we're gonna see how that plays. And if it breaks it, then we're gonna see how if Doge is gonna come here and test out this support on this trend line right here. You can see this is a very strong trend line right here. Price is bouncing off this trend line as it's moving down. And so is this one right here. So is this one up top right here. Okay. So looking at the 1 hour, looking at the 1 hour, mm, hmm, looks like it's starting to kind of flat out in the 1 hour. So that's why right now it's kind of bottoming out, flattening out in the 1 hour. So we're gonna just hold it in Dogecoin and see what happens here. Okay, see what happens. We got in a good entry beforehand. Let's wait to see what price does if it comes back to that support. Okay, there's no need to rush into these trades. Solana, we got in Solana. Solana came back as we started dipping like this. We took our profits. Now, like I said, guys, when we got in here, it hit about over 50%. We're at around 60-ish%. So we took our profits. There was no need to hold in for Solana when it hits that much a percentage. Okay. So Solana, we took good profits out. You know, I said whenever we reach about 50%, we took our profits out. And like I said, that's our goal. We always look for that. Okay. Now, there's no need for this trend line now. Let me go ahead and get rid of that trend line. Now, this is support here. Let me go ahead and thicken this. You can see that. Now, support, I'm going to move support actually over here. Solana's kind of moving back to support. Now, we're going to see how Solana plays out. If price can come back over here and test this this floor. Now let's go to the 1 hour here and see what it's doing the 1 hour. Are we getting some movement? We're getting a little. We're starting to get a price starting to flatten out again too on the Solana. Okay, so we still might get some momentum coming back down. I don't know what's going to happen here. We might still get it come back down here and test around this support over here on the 1 hour before we get some movement going upside. So Solana, we're gonna wait on Solana again. You know, like I said, we're gonna be keeping an eye on Bitcoin, see how Bitcoin turns around before we can start making moves on these altcoins. So going back to the daily here, we're gonna wait for price to get back and see how it comes back down to the support and see if we get a nice turnaround. And I believe that's about $78, almost $79. We're waiting for price to get to. So right now we're sitting at $87. So we got some time on Solana. Now, two coins we've been in. Okay. Now, Apecoin is what I want to talk about. If I pull this up here, guys, Apecoin was we got in over here and we made huge profits. And somehow it hit my target. Now I had this pan out like this because if I pulled up my foot tracements here, I was showing from year to I think we were like right about year. And at 2.7, I was expecting for price to get year, bounce back down, and that fifth wave hit the 2.7. Then right after we did the session, it seemed like price actually shot up and it hit our target, which was kind of crazy. So we got price to actually hit our target. Now, if I go ahead and pull this fit retracement here, okay, and I go all the way up here, price came back down and it corrected a lot. I mean, this is a pretty big correction right here. Okay, there's a huge retracement, almost went back to the 7-8. That means if we got that fifth wave, it's going to hit that 2.7. So since we already got out and we took our target share, I mean, we took about a good solid amount, about 80% profit. Now, if you didn't have if you didn't have your target set for this, you obviously didn't get out because that price moved really fast. Okay. Now, obviously, even getting around year, okay, even getting around here is about over 60%, almost 70%. So that was easy money on Apecoin. Took a huge upside as soon as we bought in, it took a huge upside, and that's because it was leading to the Bored Apes the Bored Ape land sale. Sorry, it was a land sale for the Bored Apes that was leading up to this, and now something happened with their land sale. It completely went wrong, and this is why we're seeing this huge dip right now. That's why we're seeing this huge dip. So, question is, are we going to see that fifth wave swing to get? Now we're going to be looking to get back in since we made such huge profits, and if we're going to get that big fifth wave swing, we don't want to miss out on that, because that's going to be another huge profit, because I expect price to get to that 2.7. Okay, which is, if we look at this right now, that could be over 100% gain right there. So we don't want to miss that out if that's what price is going to be moving into that fifth wave structure. Okay, so let me get rid of this so you guys can see better. So let me go ahead and put this right here just to get an idea of our targets, so I can get rid of this. So right now we out of Apecoin now. Now we're looking to get back in. Okay, we made good profits. Now we're looking to get back in. Right now we're not going to get back in because we're going to wait to see for price to keep dipping, and and obviously wait for that MACD to start going back to green, knowing that we're done with our correction and we're going to move back to that fifth wave. So right now, Apecoin, we're going to be just sit patiently and wait for that turnaround before we want to get in. That's pretty simple. Now, Alluvium was another coin we got in, and we got in when it got to this support right here. Okay, and obviously it broke through support, and now it's starting to come back up. So, excuse me. So if I look here at this trend line here, if we can break through that trend line, that's going to be our target. Okay. So right now we're in. We got in last week, and it looks like price is coming back to our break even here, and our target is right here. Okay, that's going to be our target when price comes back to that resistance. So right now, let me zoom in so you guys can see better. So yeah, as you can see right here, we're waiting, and we might get a nice little breakthrough here on the trend line here. Okay, if we get a little breakthrough here, I expect price to come back here, maybe get some tests, some bouncing over here, and hopefully we get back to this resistance right here, to our previous resistance, which I think price will. Okay, so we're still holding Alluvium, So now going back to this Apecoin, as you guys can see, this is crazy, man. It had their land sales for the Bored Ape virtual land, right? And it breaks Ethereum. It was one of the biggest minting gas wars to ever exist right now. Okay, and obviously we know how big the community is for the Bored Apes. Okay, we know how big the community is. So if we go and check this out, let's see the main problem. So the mint was gas fees. Okay, let me see here. Gas wars emerged as gas fees can climb as users pile. So obviously there was a huge gas wars going on, and luckily, I always like to look into these land sales because they're really good investments, I believe. But this is why I stay in the Discord channels to see what people are saying. And people were saying in the Discord that they were paying like 4,000 and like 12,000 gas fees, right? Of Ethereum, okay, $4,000 to $12,000 of Ethereum, just paying for the gas fees, which is ridiculous. And whenever you're having a situation, these gas wars, you can actually lose that money if it outbids your money. So you can get outbid and you can lose those gas fees, which people are losing like $4,000 to $12,000, which is ridiculous. It's just crazy money to lose like that. And because there was such high gas wars, and insane amounts of Ethereum lost failed transactions, one of the most widely distributed in history. So you can see this was a huge bid going on in gas fees. Everyone tried to get these land sales, and it completely broke the Ethereum due to it just completely burnt, I think, over like millions of Ethereum. Okay, it was burned over the weekend on transaction fees. So as you can see, this completely failed their land sales. Completely failed, and there was a problem due to this. So this is why Apecoin is kind of dipping right now. Okay, so once again, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of these big sell-offs, guys. These sell-offs right here, the upside's big. That's where the money is made. The upside's big, and the money is to be made there. So get excited, and there's some money to be made in those next few weeks. Okay, when we get that turnaround, we're gonna keep an eye on Bitcoin, and when we get that turnaround, there's gonna be some profits to be made. Okay. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys Thursday for another altcoin season show. We'll go ahead and recap some of these coins. There's a lot of information going on, a lot of new support created, and we're looking to get in a lot of these coins. So we'll take a look at that on Thursday, and thank you guys for watching. Make sure you go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would really appreciate that, guys. And you guys have a great week, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Take care.